everyone, welcome back to our English class. How are you today, students? All right, nice to meet you again. And today we're going to have a poetry hour. Yes, we're going to discuss about poems or poetry. What is it? And also the meter of poetry, the stanza, the rhyme scheme, and also we're going to discuss about the examples. All right, before we begin our class, let's pray together. Pray begin. Pray finished. Now, I bet you are already in your seat, in your comfortable seat, in a settled room. So you guys are ready to study English today. And let me share the screen for you. Here we go. Is it visible? Yes. So, students, as the title said there, Poetry Day, and also one logo up on the right side, unforgettable. What does it mean? Yeah, we're going to talk about it later on. And let's move on to the second slide. Yes, this is what I designed for today. We're going to talk about the definition of poetry and what's in there, the meter in poetry, the stanza, rhyme scheme, like I told you before, the type of poem, and we're going to focus on the acrostic poems, one of the types in the poetry. Yeah. So what is it? What is poetry? Yes, it is a type of literature that conveys a thought, describes a scene, or tells a story in a concentrated lyrical arrangement of words. So here, poetry is a style. We can say a style of literature that uses a focused lyrical arrangement of words to express a message. Express a message and can be a depict a scene or tell a tale. All right. Next, for the meter. What is the meter in poetry? It is the basic rhythmic structure of a line within a work of poetry. Okay, class. In a poetry, meter refers to the underlying rhythmic pattern of a line within a poem, which is considered important in making a poetry or a poem. Let's go on to the third one. In poetry, there is a stanza also. What is it? It is a unit of poetry composed of lines that relate to a similar thought or topic, like a paragraph in prose or a verse in a song. Yes. Stanza is a poetic unit. It is made up of lines that all pertain to the same theme or topic. So if there is a theme or topic, this analogous to a paragraph in a poem, in a prose, can be in prose also, and can be in a verse in a song. It is called a stanza. Next is the rhyme scheme, or the pattern of sounds that repeats at the end of a line or stanza. So if there is a stanza, at the end of it, as the ending of each line, there is a sequence of sounds that repeats, students. Okay, or we can call it rhyme scheme. Yes, let's move on. Let's see the types of poem. We're not going to discuss all of them, but you need to know what are the kinds of poem uh, that usually exist in the class of poem or poetry. The first one is sonnet. It's a 14-line poem, typically, but not exclusively concerning the topic of love. The second one is called villanelle, a 19-line poem consisting of 5 tercets and a quatrain with a highly specified internal rhyme scheme. The third one is called haiku. It is originated from Japan, a 3-line poetic form. And the fourth one is called acrostic poems. Yes, it is vividly describe a painting, statue, photograph, or maybe a story. The fifth is called concrete poems, designed to take a particular shape or form on the page. All right. The sixth is called elegy. It is a poem that reflects upon death or loss. So if someone's family is dead or passed away, and we want to remember or having a memory of them, we can make an elegy. The next types is epigram. It is short, witty, and often satirical poems that usually take the form of a couplet or a quatrain, or 2 or 4 lines in length. And 8, limerick. It's a 5-line poem that consists of a single stanza, an AABBA rhyme scheme, and whose subject is a short, pithy tale or description. The ninth is ballad, a form of narrative verse that can be either poetic or musical. Let's move on. The 10 is called epitaph, like an elegy here, students. This is just only shorter and commonly appear on gravestones, but they can also be humorous also. 11 is called ode, a tribute to its subject, although the subject need not be dead or even sentient. 12, it is called free verse. It's a poetry that lacks a consistent rhyme scheme, metrical pattern, or musical form. This is what we're going to talk about today. The acrostic poems, type number 13. Spell out names or words with the first letter in each line. We're going to discuss it more. And then number 14, cinquain poems, a 5-line poem inspired by Japanese haiku. Yeah. 15, blank verse, poetry written with a precise meter, almost always iambic pentameter that does not rhyme. Probably we're going to discuss all these topics, all these kinds of types of poems later in the next classes, but we're going to focus more on the acrostic poems or the type in number 13 that I prepared in these slides. Yes, what is it? That must be a question. Acrostic poem. They are poems or poetry based on the letters in one word, typically a name, student. We'll see the examples. You like the examples, so we are going to have a better understanding. Yes, I took Alexis, a poem from Nicholas Garden, and it focuses on an intriguing woman he may or may not know. Let me read it for you. Alexis seems quite shy and somewhat frail, leaning like a tree averse to light, evasively away from her delight. X-rays, though, reveal a sylvan sprite, intense as a bright bird behind her veil, singing to the moon throughout the night. See, look at the first letter here. A, Alexis, A. L, leaning, E, evasively, X-rays, X, intense, I, and S, singing. So it's not from the first letter to make the words. It can come up in any words that pops into your mind, but usually talking about the characteristics of the people, of this person, Alex is. Okay, if you don't understand later on, you can ask me. Let's see another example. I took Anna here. Anna, A-N-N-A. So A, for the A, the first letter A, you can come up with any words, yeah, but here I use always on time for works. This is what I know about Anna. And then Anne, not a fan of football. Yes, another description of her. And then Anne, neat, nice, normal. It is so Anna. And then a loving mother, friend, and wife. So you can write your own names later on and speak about yourself. Tell about your what is it? Your attitude, your probably your appearances, your hobbies or interests, and other more. Okay, you are free to talk about that. Another example, I use my own name. It's Siska, Siska. So look at here. S for super sweet. Some people say that I'm a sweet person, sweet woman, or maybe super nice also. You can add that, or you can ask people about you yourself. And then ice cream is my favorite. Yes, ice cream is her favorite. You can say like that. What is your favorite? Probably the food and other sports probably you can say, or you can tell people here in the acrostic forms or poetry. As short and slim body, like I told before, you can talk about your appearances also. It's just an example, but you can you have a free ideas to make. And then K, Korean dramas. I always watch Korean dramas like every day if I have a free time. So here, Korean dramas, her daily patrol. I will enroll for Korean dramas. And then A, adventure travel. I like traveling. Adventure travel, rejuvenate her soul. So my soul is so longing for traveling. Usually after a long time, after pandemic, I miss this. Uh, um, what do you call that? Yeah, the things that I like. Yeah, you can say, or you can talk about that in a poem called Acrostic Poems. Is there any questions? All right, thank you. I think you guys all understand about this. So let's see. You have to write yours. It's your turn now. Describe yourselves. Say something important about you. It can be anything and start from the first letter and then move on. You can write it down in your paper now. Thank you, everyone. That's all for today. I'm Josephine Francisca signing out. God bless.